Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new thrifting haul. I'm trying to put the stack down so you don't see what I got. Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all the new subscribers to my channel. Welcome. I think I commented on one of my previous videos that my subscriber count keeps going up and down by like about 5 or 10. It's really weird. Every time I get excited, I'm going to hit 600, then it drops down and then it goes back up, and I can't explain it, but anyway, I think I'm at like 593, so I'm closing in on 600. Hopefully I can get to 600 soon. But anyway, all that said, thank you to everybody who has joined my channel over the holidays. Welcome. Hello to all of my existing subscribers. I look really tired. I don't know why. I did sleep like a regular amount of hours last night. I think it's post-holiday catch-up time for the body and the brain. So I've been off for the last few days just chilling. I watched the Hobbit trilogy over the weekend. Normally I do the Middle-earth thing over the holidays, but I think I'm too burnt out to do Lord of the Rings, honestly. So maybe it'll be a Hobbit this year and Lord of the Rings next year. But anyway, this is a thrifting haul / what I got for Christmas video, although most of it is a thrifting haul. I only got a few things for Christmas, but without further ado, let's dive right in. So the first thing I found is one I've actually been looking for a long time, which might sound funny to you because I have the DVD and why am I buying more VHS, but I've been looking for the Batman the movie VHS tape for quite some time. Mostly for the cover art, which I think is kind of amazing. Though, when I got this home and I started looking at it, I think this is different artwork than the one I was actually looking for. I think the one I was looking for had this image on the front. You guys can tell me if I'm having a moment, but I feel like there was the Batman the movie and it had this image of them on the cover, and that was the one I was thinking of. But then I found this one and I thought, this is actually way cooler. Like, look at this hilarious image. I don't know what Adam West is doing there. He's just like mid jump. But the font is amazing. All the bad guys are around the font, which is super cool looking. It says Zocco on the front, which I thought was hilarious. And you got your standard POW, but Zocco. And then on the back it says, Holy Heart Failure. So yeah, I've been a huge fan of Batman 66 since I was a little kid. I wasn't born until 1970, so I saw this in syndication when I was a kid, but I was a massive Batman 66 fan when I was a little kid, and then of course we grow up and we find other things, but then when I get into my young adult years, I suddenly had a fondness and nostalgia for Batman. I found this movie on DVD at like was it Music World or HMV or one of those places, and I watched the DVD and I was like, it took me right back. So anyway, I've been looking for a VHS of this for a while, and I found this one, and how could you resist that? So good. Hilarious movie if you've never seen it. Of course, that's the movie with the bat shark repellent. So highly recommend that if you've never seen it. The next one I got was one I got mostly for the artwork. I also have this on DVD, which is kind of silly, but the artwork is so brilliant, and that is The Warriors on VHS. This is a 1989 edition of this film, and look at that artwork. I mean, I almost want a poster of that on my wall. But yeah, this is the OG Paramount 1989 release. I'm sure this had releases before this year, but this one just looks really nice. You can see at one time it was 99 cents. I got it for $1.99, so not too shabby. But as soon as I saw that on the shelf, I was like, oh, I think I just found something cool. And then when I brought it out of the pile of movies and I saw this cover, I thought, I just got to have that in my collection. It's just too cool. Also a great movie, which I watch, every couple of years I'll throw that one on. If you've never seen that movie, excellent 70s cinema. Anybody who's a regular subscriber to my channel knows that I'm a big 70s fan. Just move that a bit. The next one, I got another VHS and another movie that I already have on DVD, and actually a movie that's actually very terrible, but I it's like, what am I doing with my life? I don't know. But I found a VHS copy of Night of the Living Dead, but it's the 30th anniversary edition. Any of you out there who know what this is, you know why this is a terrible movie and why it's also a great movie. But yeah, this came out in late 90s, early 2000s. It's Night of the Living Dead, but they've added in like a 5-minute backstory of the zombie from the beginning of the movie. They reshot scenes and spliced them into the original Night of the Living Dead, where Night of the Living Dead isn't under a copyright because they forgot to copyright the movie. Anyone can do whatever they want with this movie, unfortunately. And in this scenario, what's his name? Russo, I think, John Russo, decided, I'm going to go back and add in some scenes to Night of the Living Dead, one of the all-time classic black and white, classic 60s horror movies, classic horror movies of all time. I'm going to go and add new scenes to it, and they're just atrocious. So yeah, not good, but I couldn't resist picking this up to add to my horror VHS collection nonetheless. I did watch this, I think, actually last year for the first time. Pretty generic sticker on it. No sticker on the spine. This is from Anchor Bay from, yeah, I think it's like late 90s, if I'm not mistaken. 98 or 99, something like that. Not good. This is, from what I gather listening to other fans of horror movies on YouTube, this is considered an all-time low in horror fuckery of movies, I guess, for lack of a better term. But yeah, I just couldn't resist adding this to the collection. It's cheesy, it's terrible, it's hilarious, it's all the things. And so I grabbed that one. $2, I don't know. As anybody who's been following my channel for the last 2.5 years, I'm coming up on my 3rd anniversary. I did go through a nostalgic period in the pandemic years where I bought a whole bunch of VHS, had a whole collection going on, much like this, but VHS. Purged my collection to my cousin and to a bunch of other people. I kept most of them, my really good ones, though, like Cheerleader Camp or Nightmare on Elm Street. Those ones I kept. But all the, like, not even disturbing behavior, because I actually kept that one, but, like, I'm trying to think of, like, some of the ones I got rid of, like Scream, or, like, just generic horror ones. I got rid of those ones, and I kept pretty much everything. If I had doubles, I got rid of them. But anyway, last year at some point, or this past year, I decided I kind of missed having my shelves with all the VHS, so I started to rebuild it. Oh, I don't know. Let's just move on. It's too embarrassing. I'm going to show you the last 2 ones that I got at the thrift store, and then I'll show you the ones I got right before Christmas and on Christmas. So these ones are really cool, and you guys can tell me if you know anything about these. I looked them up because I thought maybe they might be valuable or collectible at the very least, because I'm not a reseller. But these are from 1997 and 1998, respectively. And it's a it's a thing called Short Cinema Journal, and it's like these weird compilations, and I'll show you the insides. So the first one I got was this one, and I got this because, of course, as soon as I picked it up, it actually was on the end of the aisle, and I saw Henry Rollins on the cover, and I thought, wait, what's this? I was a big fan. I still respect Henry Rollins. I was a big fan of his music with Black Flag and Rollins Band, and of course some of his acting is pretty amazing, like Lost Highway or Wrong Turn 2. But I saw this, and it looked like well, like late 90s Henry Rollins. And I was like, what is this thing? I also saw Black Rider, and I saw Billy Bob Thornton and Molly Ringwald together on here doing something about Sling Blade, and I thought, I gotta see what this is. I picked it up. Now, I've bought these just because they're so weird, and I don't know if they're not, as it turns out, they're not that valuable, or I guess collectible. Maybe to people who collect oddities. Like sometimes I like to collect things that are just different. So I did grab this one. Henry Rollins is on the cover again. I do like Henry Rollins. And then when I opened it up, there's this. And then it opens up again. And there's this. And I'm like, okay, is it a CD? Is it a DVD? It does have the, somewhere on here, it has the DVD logo. It has this weird flippy-uppy thing, which I don't know. I guess that doesn't really do anything. And then the movie itself, or the collection of short films, is in a CD jewel case, Henry again. And then you open it up, and it just looks like a regular CD. What's behind the CD? These are very strange. There's a movie reel. And then there's a booklet with the DVD itself, which is, again, Henry on the cover. Oh, there's with his arm extended. And then there's animation, there's a narrative, an interview with Michael Apted, whoever that is, I don't know. There's a documentary called This Unfamiliar Place in Goreville, USA. There's a monologue, Henry Rollins, Easter Sunday, New York City. There's music by John Lee Hooker. Criticism, Quisling and Sy, experimental, shape without form, interview with director, advertisements, commercials, and credits. So I couldn't pass that up for, I think they were $3.99. I'll show you the other one in a second here, but they're just really weird and interesting. And I try, if I find something that I just never see and it looks kind of interesting, I will pick them up. And like I said, I do have a history with Henry Rollins music and writing and stuff, so I definitely grabbed that one for that. Again, there's the back. So it folds up, goes back into the cover. It's got a slipcase. I mean, in 1997, this probably was pretty, like, kind of interesting packaging. I like that kind of thing. Where I grew up in New Brunswick in Canada, a person that I knew did like an audio journal every month or every couple months, and it would just have interviews, poetry, music, and I always loved that idea. It always kind of tickled my creative brain. So I haven't checked this out at all. I don't know if these are even going to play on my 4K player. I do have a copy of Bloodsucking Freaks on DVD, and I can't get it to play on any of my machines, and I think it's just because it's from like 97, and I think maybe the technology's changed to the point where it won't play on some players, so I don't know. And then the other one I grabbed was this one, which is, again, Short Cinema Journal. This one has Sasha Wolf, Alain Renee, Bruno De Andre, Michael James Rollins, Flying Over Mother. Yeah, it's got a bunch of stuff on it. I'm guessing this says 7 award-winning short films that don't suck. So there you go. That's a guy, isn't it? I feel like that. Who's that guy? You guys can tell me in the comments. I recognize that guy's face, but I can't remember his name. But yeah, as you can see on the back, there is the DVD logo. So, but these are from 97, 98. We'll open this one up and look inside. I'm sorry if you guys if this is boring for some people. I find it really quite thrilling when I find weird stuff like this. There's the back. And then again, it's got this weird flippy uppy thing. And then the DVD is in this case. So not too sure what to make of these. If you guys have seen these or you know much about them, please leave comments below. Yeah, I'll probably get around to checking them out at some point. I do like weird little oddities like this, so I definitely things you don't see around Value Village very often, or even at thrift stores for that matter anymore. So grab those. This, I did look it up, and this is a series of DVDs that were made in the late 90s, early 2000s, with different people on each edition. So okay, guys, the last three are this one is one that I picked up at Walmart right before the holidays, and you guys will be like, oh good, you got it. I did pick up Terrifier 3. I got the Steelbook 4K Blu-ray combo pack. I think I commented in a couple of Tuesdays ago, I was looking for this at my local Walmart. Oh yeah, so I got this whole weird story, if you want a story. I go to my Walmart and I'm like, where are the new movies? I waited a full week. So it was the Tuesday before Christmas Eve. This was coming out. And I went to Walmart every single day, excluding the weekend, because I know they don't do anything on the weekends. And, well, they work, but the movie guy definitely wouldn't be on the weekend as far as I know. I go in and I'm like, okay, guys, like, it's a full week since this movie came out, along with Joker Part 2, I might add. Where's this darn movie? So I got this really wonderful person behind the counter at the electronics department. They're like, yes, there is a box of movies back here. Do you want me to look? I was like, that would be amazing. He's like, what title? They said, what title are you looking for? I said, Terrifier 3. They brought the box over. This was the first thing they brought out of the box. This is, you want the Blu-ray, not the 4K. I said, I'll take that. And so it was $40, which is kind of expensive, but it is a Steelbook. It is the 4K. So yeah, so I'm asking, and another person behind the counter says, oh yeah, the movie person retired. They're not doing this anymore. And our movie section at my local Walmart, it's a complete write-off. I mean, everything's all upside down, not in the right place, wrong price tags, things missing, no new releases. It's just atrocious. So I finally got so mad, I went to the service counter and I said, can I see a manager? Because I was like, I'm going to go full on Karen here. And I was like, she's the person behind the counter is like, that's the manager right there walking in the blue shirt. So I go right over to this person and I'm like, hey, what's the deal with the movies? I was told the guy retired and blah, blah, blah. And he said to me, and these are his words, paraphrase, but, oh, yeah, well, I don't know anything about that. Also, that's that's a part of retail that we're getting out of. Yeah, that's what he said to me. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to get movies at my local Walmart. I was watching Red Letter Media yesterday. They said LG Technologies is stopping making Blu-rays in 2025. Blu-ray players, I should say. So I was like, is the end is nigh, as they say. So I don't know. But anyway, I tried to worm my way in and I said, well, if that person retired, you know, I know lots about movies. I've got years of experience working in video stores and record stores and retail. I'm your person. And he was just like, oh, I don't know. Then he said, like, oh, Disney and Paramount and all these companies hire this person to do this job, which I was like, okay, so do I have to go talk to the people at Disney and be like, hey, do you want me to stock your movies? It's really dumb. I'm sure he was giving me the runaround, but anyway, whatever. F that guy. And F Walmart for getting out of physical media. Here's the inside for you. I'll take the discs out so you can see, because this is kind of a big deal, right? A 4K Steelbook. Where I live, we never get anything cool. We're lucky to get like the mainstream releases, like I said in my prior rant. There's the inside of the case. There's art looking pretty funky. Is that? Oh, you guys can see the mirror. Look, you can see my phone. Look, I'm waving in the phone. It's like a video within a video. Is that the... Oh yeah, that's Art's little friend there, the lady that does things with scissors. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, and it's not funny. Well, I didn't think it was. It was pretty disturbing, but anyway, I finally got Terrifier 3. Was able to watch it on Christmas Eve by myself with the headphones on. Really gross, but wonderful. I do like these movies. Um, but yeah, so that was my big pickup. I think, was it this day or no? I think I picked Joker 2 up the previous week, but um, very happy to add that to my collection. I now have all the Terrifier movies in some form, although I think I only have the first one on DVD. The last two were Christmas gifts from my mom, so thanks to Mom for these movies, which she asked me what I wanted, and I was kind of under pressure to pick something because she wanted to buy the gifts and wrap them and all that. So I just went on Amazon, typed in horror Blu-rays, and these were the first ones that kind of came up. So I got Rawhead Rex, the Clive Barker story. Was this direct? No, written by Clive Barker, directed by George Pavlo. So yeah, I haven't seen this movie since I was about 20 years old. Didn't really remember a lot about it, but did kind of want to rewatch it. This is a Kino Lorber release. It has reversible artwork, which is kind of cool. I put it on this artwork. You guys can tell me if that's the original. I think that's probably like a commissioned reimagining, I'm guessing. This looks more like the original kind of thing. That scene in particular is probably the best scene in the movie. The reason I wanted to rewatch this is because I rewatched that folk horror documentary, the Woods Dark and Deep, or whatever the heck that was called. And they did show a scene from this, and they talked about it for about 30 seconds, and I was like, oh, I sort of forgot that this had this kind of like mystical pagan kind of thing going on in it. So I was really curious to rewatch it. I did rewatch this. It's not an amazing movie, but it is pretty cool. I do enjoy this movie. Like I said, that scene at the beginning when Rawhead Rex first appears is like, whoa. I remember watching this with a very close friend back in those days when I was a youngster, and we were both pretty big fans of horror movies and Clive Barker, and we rented this from the video store. We put it on and was like, whoa, baby. When he pops up like that, it was like, oh my God, it's on. The movie kind of goes downhill from there. The creature effects aren't great. I think it's just the way they lit it. If they had done it more like in a Dog Soldier style, and kept them more like in the shadows and stuff, it would have been more effective. But still a cool movie. Still got this cool. There was this one scene. It's basically like this guy is documenting like this old like Irish. I think it's Irish, or Scottish. I think it's Irish. Like history and stuff like that. And he's going to this church a lot to see if he can go through the archives. And there's this one scene near the end where he runs into the priest, and the priest is like, oh, we don't want to talk about the beast or whatever. Like, this is God's house or whatever. And the guy says, yeah, but it wasn't always your house, was it? And I was like, that was such a cool line. For any of you like pagans out there, I thought it was so clever the way that Clive Barker wrote. I'm assuming he wrote that. It was just very, very cool. I love that part. And the last thing I got, which I also got for Christmas, was Mario Bava's horror anthology, Black Sabbath, featuring Boris Karloff. Ooh, there he is there. There he is there. There's some pretty ladies in the movie. This one I saw, this is from 1963. Pretty unimpressive insides. Kino, up your innards game. I guess that's just their aesthetic, but I had seen this once before and I really liked it, especially the first story, which if you've seen this, it's the dead lady in the bed with the ring, that face, that visage, if you will. really creepy. All three stories in here are pretty good. There's one that's like a creeper calling this lady on the phone and saying like, I can see you and all this stuff. And I won't give it away in case you want to see it. And then the last one is Boris Karloff as a Vurdalak, a vampire. And he sort of, well, I won't give it away, but it's a cool little anthology. Definitely one I would like to revisit in the coming years if the universe will allow me to continue to exist. But yeah, Black Sabbath featuring Boris Karloff. Boris Karloff is the narrator as well, so he's in the in-between stories. He's the one that's talking, and they have these funny lights behind him. They're trying to make it creepy. I love Boris Karloff. For those of you, maybe younger folks who don't know, he did the narration in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, which is something you may have watched recently. But yeah, this is a great little horror anthology if you like that kind of thing. And the stories are all pretty good. Yeah, just great. Especially now pardon me. I was reading that the release of this movie, there's different releases, and that the arrangement of the stories is different in some different releases. So, but the one I'm talking about that I highly recommend is the dead lady in the bed with the ring. Don't steal jewelry off of corpses. That's the lesson there. But anyway, that was it for my sort of Christmas, New Year's physical media pick up Christmas gifts kind of video. So let me know if you like any of those movies, if you have those in your collection or they're ones you're looking for, or if you want to just make comments about them. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you for all the people who subscribed, left comments, gave me thumbs up, all that jazz. I appreciate your support. And that's it for this time around. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope 2025 is better than 2024, because 2024 sucked so bad. There was a couple of good things that happened, but overall it was not a great year. So I'm hoping 2025. I also, you may not know this about me, but I also like years that are on the fives. So 2025, 2030. So usually I find I like those years for some reason. I don't know why they appeal to me, but it could be some kind of OCD thing. But anyway, that's it. Take good care of yourselves. Make some cool plans for yourself in 2025, but don't go crazy. The exercise and the diet horse shit, just, don't worry about that stuff, guys. Just eat what you want. Go for some walks in the woods. Just be chill. Or if you want to go crazy, that's fine too. But don't beat yourself up if you slip up on your goals and all that. I don't buy into that stuff. For me, it's going to be creative goals. So I've got some other stuff I do on the side, like drawing and other stuff and cycling. And I've got a lot of stuff I want to do this year in those veins. But yeah, treat yourself well. Give yourself a time to take a break. Christmas is crazy. New Year's is crazy. Don't forget to take care of yourselves. Take a nap. Wear a funny hat. Go for a walk. Try some food you've never tried. What's that? Dragon fruit? Go to the grocery store and buy a dragon fruit. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.